ask many questions during those simulations? And specifically, what type of questions is the board asking you that's challenging to respond to?
Yeah, challenging to respond to in that situation. And if you have prepared the scenario, hopefully you haven't got a lot of challenging questions at that level. What I found very interesting from my experience again is the fact that they started going on conversations about like, so you're saying that we've lost this data. They take away themselves from the situation and the simulation, and they start asking the questions that probably we should be asking at the board level or within our companies during the simulation. So why do we even have this data in the first place? And then we go into conversations as to like, well, why do we keep the data for that long? Could we have done something better to, have less impact? And are we keeping things that we don't really need for more periods of time? And I found that those questions have come through the simulations, which have been quite challenging at times for various different stakeholders and groups that have not prepared for this and they're part of the simulation at the time, because they're like, well, they start defending or they start sort of trying to explain as to why, which is not the purpose of the simulations in most times. But generally, in terms of like challenging questions that you get from the board, I think some of the things and the themes that are more challenging during normal operations and reports to the board is, so tell me what controls you've got in place and how much coverage you've got. So it's easy for us to go and say, yeah, I've got a process and I take care of all my joiners, movers, levers. If you do have a board that is cyber educated and it's asking you the right questions, they're going to go, so tell me what is your SLA for termination of users? They will ask the right question to really understand whether you've got a handle of your control, your coverage, and your operational effectiveness of it. So they would ask about metrics. And these are the sort of challenging conversations and questions you're going to get. If we are saying that we are protecting the organization from denial of service attacks, what is your coverage there? Have we got 100% coverage? Are we covering all of our environments? And these would be questions that would come from people who have got previous cyber experience most of the times, and they would be the most challenging questions you're going to get in that situation.